How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Patriot DIY channel. Now, if you've seen some of our previous videos, you've seen that we've had a metal shop built behind our house, and we have a lot of projects going on that we're going to be doing to upgrade and outfit this shop with everything we need. But today what we're going to be doing is building some shutters for these windows. We're just trying to make the shop match our house a little bit better. These won't be functional shutters, it's just going to be purely aesthetic. And even though we're building these on a metal building, these same instructions are going to work if you're going to be building them on your house or whatever type of building you have. So the shutters we're going to be building today are kind of a farmhouse style shutter. The construction and installation of this is going to be pretty simple, so pretty much anybody can do this. So before we get started, if you like these kind of videos, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. That really helps us out. So let's get right into building these shutters. So the first thing you're going to want to do, guys, is go ahead and get some measurements of your window. We're actually going to take that height measurement all the way to the top and bottom of this framing here. Now, when you're building shutters, even if they're non-functioning shutters like these are going to be, you want them to look realistic. So if you're covering a 30-inch span, having a 1-foot shutter is not going to look very realistic. It wouldn't even cover half of the window. So that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to want the measurement of your shutter on either side to be about half the distance that you're spanning here. So the outside of our frame here, we got 32 inches. So what we're going to be using is a 1x6. Now the actual measurement of a 1x6 is going to be 3/4 by 5.5. You can really use any 1x5, but I do recommend using either a treated board or something like a cedar. What we're actually going to be using today is a 1x6 PVC trim board. Now the benefit of using PVC is that it's never going to rot on you. It's never going to go bad like wood would over time. Most of your home improvement stores are going to have something like this, and they've really done a great job of putting this nice wood grain look on it. So once you paint them, you're not going to know the difference. They're also going to be a little bit more lightweight. So for our shutter on each side, what we're going to need is a height of 38 inches. And for each side, we're going to need 3 38-inch vertical pieces and then just 2 horizontal boards that'll span the width of those 3 boards butted together. So let's get over to the saw and let's get to cutting. All right, so what we're going to do now, guys, is go ahead and match up the pieces that we have cut, and we're just going to go ahead and clamp those together. For our horizontal pieces on these shutters, we're just going to go ahead and clamp these together and take a measurement that way. It'll just save you a little bit of time and leave less room for error. All right, looks like we're going to have 16.5 inches. All right, guys, so what we're going to do here now that we have these cut is we're going to go ahead and measure our distance up. You can do whatever you want to for yours, but we decided to go 4.5 inches up from the bottom of the shutter. And then we're going to go ahead and clamp that into place. Now, because we want to show as few fasteners as possible, we're going to clamp this down and we're going to flip the whole assembly over and screw it in from the back. For our screws, we're just going to be using some 1 1/4 black drywall screws. All right, guys, now as you can see, we are running out of daylight here, so we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these finished up, and then we'll come back with some paint and then installation. And we'll be back with you guys right now. All right, guys, we are back, and this is what we got, a nice farmhouse style shutter. We have all of them assembled now. All we have to do now is paint and install, so let's get started doing that. All right, now while we're waiting for those shutters to dry, I want to show you guys one other thing. Now the way this metal siding is, you can see it has these ribs that jut out, and our shutters are going to sit like this with a gap behind them. So what we're going to do to solve that problem so that we have a solid surface to screw through when we're screwing these onto the wall, we're going to take a measurement here Now that gap is right at 3/4 of an inch. So what we're gonna do is take a scrap piece of our board here and we're gonna rip it down the middle to make two smaller spacers that we can screw into the back of those shutters, so that the spacer will sit right up against the wall and then the shutters can rest on this outer surface here. All right guys, here is the finished product. I think it turned out nice. You can see we did go ahead and install our spacers on the back. Our siding's white, so we chose not to paint these spacers. You may choose to paint yours, but we're just gonna go ahead and kind of test fit this up here and see how it's gonna look. I think that turned out really nice. So we have already verified the location of our studs on the other side of this wall. So we made sure that we are gonna be screwing into one of those metal studs. The screws we're gonna be using are these 2 3/4 self-drilling wood to metal screws. That way we won't have to be drilling any pilot holes, and that should go straight through these shutters and fasten nicely into those metal studs on the other side. All right guys, now we have gone ahead and got our screws started. Because we're using PVC boards, we don't have to worry about this splitting. If you are using wood, you're gonna wanna go ahead and at least drill a pilot hole through the shutter itself. And go ahead and get everything lined up and get her started. All right guys, we got the rest of those screws drilled in. She's on there nice and tight. We did go right into our studs on the other side, so that worked out nice. Of course, we are gonna have to go back and touch up where these screws are, but that's no big deal. And I think it turned out pretty nice. So let's go ahead and get the rest of them on and we'll see how it looks. All right guys, there it is, all finished up. I think it turned out really nice. That's it for how to build your own farmhouse shutters. I hope you liked the video guys. If you did and you want to see more like it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and definitely give us a thumbs up. That really helps us out. We got a lot more projects coming up for this shop, so we hope you stick around. Thanks for watching guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.